the University of Oklahoma. Now, I'm not gonna lie, personally, I didn't expect us to even come here. Just the fact that I didn't get offered a scholarship here, I wasn't even prepared to be a Sooner. Especially with the fact that the reason why I had to go to teams that offered me scholarships is the fact that my mother wouldn't be able to pay for college if I'm a walk-on. But my brother Dre, who got offers from almost every single school in the nation, wanted to go to Oklahoma pretty badly. And with him being one of the best cornerbacks in the nation, he was offered a pretty good NIL deal. And since I wasn't offered a scholarship to join the Sooners, he was going to use some of his NIL deal money to help me pay off my freshman year. As by my sophomore year, as long as I ball hard enough, I'll end up getting a scholarship to stay on the team. But I'm gonna be honest, doing that will be pretty difficult. Because since I'm a walk-on, I'm not going to be a starter to start off this season, and I'm going to have to work my way up. Now, normally, when me and my brother played with each other, I was on one side of the field, he was on the other. We was 1 and 2, but now it's a little different. I'm a 4th-string corner, and he's a 2nd, so we'll probably be on the same side if I'm on the field. And due to me knowing that I'll probably not end up being on the field most of the time, I told coach, let me go ahead and be the kick returner and the punt returner because I know I'll be able to make plays there. But here, my first punt went nowhere. But then here, I set the tone for how my kick return is going to look all season. And if it's one thing you can't deny, is the fact that I have a pretty good vision for the field, especially on returns, that can't be overlooked. And then here, 45 seconds left in the first half of 14-3, and I get my opportunity. I bet up this quarterback. I ran outside of my zone, messed around, and got my first pick in my college career. And man, when I tell you, just being able to catch a pick in my first game, and I'm not even a starter, I barely get to play, and I was able to make a big impact like that on the game, just hits different. But then, my boy Woody Washington feeding off my energy and caught himself a pick. And now, just kicking them boys while they still down, 28-3, we're gonna keep on applying pressure, and I'm taking this punt all the way to about the 40. And man, just so far, returning wise and that pick, having a great game. We're up 14-10, and I'm just trying to score one time, but they're not allowing me to do it. But still, this was a great way to start off my college career. And if you're wondering what's going on with Dre, just know he's over there locking down. I mean, when you're just that lockdown corner, no quarterback is going to test you. So at the end of the day, it's probably how most of his games are going to go this season. And now, just as I expected, after my crazy debut, I'm in a position battle for the cornerback 3 spot against DJ Graham, a senior. Now, if I'm able to take over this number 3 spot, there's no guaranteed chance that I'll be able to be on the field for most of the time. I'll still be subbed in every once in a while, but still, I think it's always good to be, going up in the world. But already, coming into this position battle, I'm already knowing it's going to be a little difficult. Now, in terms of talent, I already know I have the talents to be a starting cornerback on this team. But what coach wants to see is playmakeability. He wants to see me be able to try to, make a big play. But here, it's kind of hard to do that when the quarterback doesn't throw the ball your way every time. Or sometimes you get a little lazy on defense because of that, and then you allow a catch. And after what coach saw in this position battle, he decided to keep me at the 4th spot. Now for me, just off my first game that I had and how crazy it was with the pick and all that stuff, I feel like I should deserve a little bit more playing time just off of the plays I'm able to make when the opportunity comes my way. But then again, there's also a little bit of perks of being not the number 1 or 2 cornerback because they send me on a blitz every once in a while, and here I end up getting a tackle for loss that got them a -5 yards. Now I will say one thing though, me being hungry, trying to climb the depth chart, I've been starting to play a little bit too aggressive, which isn't my normal play style. I end up allowing this first down because of it. But I can't be mad because we're up 16. And here, that boy Dre finally had an opportunity to try to get a pick or a deflection. But here, the ball ended up going out of bounds. They're lucky. And as y'all can see, in this game, Dre got tested a lot more as he had 2 pass deflections. Too bad I wasn't on the field to be able to see it. Now after failing last week's position battle, this time, I ain't got no choice. I gotta make a play. And if I gotta leave a wide receiver wide open and try to bait it up, I will do that. And then here, just a couple reps in, I finally get my opportunity. I'm playing a flat route, left the receiver wide open. And as soon as I saw that throwing motion, I ran down, caught the pick, and took it all the way for 6. And that was all coach needed to see to go ahead and give me the cornerback 3 position. And now, we're in the game against Tulsa, who hasn't won the game yet. While guarding the flat, I showed kind of the look I did in practice and completely just baited this quarterback to pick up my 2nd pick of my NCAA career. And with me, my playmaking ability does not just stop with defense. Teams gonna have to learn to not kick me the ball on punts, because almost every time I get it, I at least go for 30-something yards and put offense in a pretty good position. And now, back out here on defense on 3rd and 5, I got cooked. But luckily, the receiver completely just dropped that ball because he had to dive for it and he wasn't ready for it. But other than that play, I don't really be getting cooked like that. And here I locked up, and not only did I lock up, my brother did. And if you don't realize, the only reason he's not even getting stats is because, when you lock up so much, the QB ain't gonna test you at all. He's just waiting for his moment. And when that comes, I know he's gonna take advantage of it. Now here on 3rd and 14, they're running a screen play, and I tried to get down there and catch the pick, but instead, the receiver decided to run up and pick up the first down, and nobody followed him. Now, I ain't gonna lie, there is some things I do like about not being a number 2 string cornerback. It's the fact that if we're both on one side of the field, that whole field's gonna be locked up. And now with less than a minute left in the second quarter on 3rd and 12, I'm playing the middle zone. I'm staying above him just so he don't pick up the first down, getting down there, making the tackle, preventing the first. And really, in this game, we performed just like how we should have against a Tulsa team that hasn't won a game yet. We just gotta continue this throughout the season. And me picking up my second pick of the season definitely got me excited for the rest of the season. Playing against a ranked number 12 Notre Dame team that's 3-1, as we're ranked 14, I had to chase this running back all the way across the field to make this tackle. Then on 3rd and inches, I played my zone like it was a flat, and I wasn't able to get to that receiver in time, but still, he dropped the ball. Now, I ain't gonna lie, one of the most annoying things about getting subbed out because I'm not a starter is the fact that if I get subbed out, I can't do anything about them scoring. So we're down 10-0 in the 3rd quarter, and here on 4th and 7, I had to guard 2 people, and I had to choose, and I chose the wrong one. They picked up the first. Luckily, though, we only allowed a field goal, so it's still a 6-point game. About 3 minutes left in this game, the quarterback's running the ball, and I'm getting a hit on him. We end up getting a stop, so now offense has a chance to go ahead and take the lead. And I'm trying my best to get them in decent field position. Offense did what they need to do. They end up scoring, so now we're up 1 point, 3rd and 19. They end up taking a check down just to get to 4th and 7. I end up getting taken out the game, but we end up winning. So far, we're doing pretty good. We're ranked 9 and we're 4-0. As long as we keep on winning, I know we'll be able to get our rank up. And now, playing against ranked 16 TCU, we got to make sure we lock in and win this game. And now, down 7 with about a minute left in the second quarter, that boy Dre could have had a pick because the receiver dropped it and it almost fell right into his hands. And I ain't gonna lie, I almost sold here. I'm supposed to be playing the flats, so I was supposed to be able to be there to guard that out route, but instead, I played it too high and he almost had it, but he didn't get it. Right now, down 10 points on 3rd and 19, we need this stop because the way offense is playing, they need as many chances as they can get. After we got that stop and the offense scored, we could definitely feel the momentum shifting. And here I was blitzing the quarterback and he threw that ball right to my brother Dre, catching that toe tap pick on the sideline for his first pick of his NCAA career. And when I tell you, you could definitely feel the way that momentum changing, just the way we playing and the way that crowd is sounding. We better win this game. But then they drove all the way down the field, just throw a pick to my boy Woody Washington in the end zone. And me just seeing them catch them picks made me want to catch a pick. I tried to bet up this route, but I got there way too late. He ended up catching the ball, getting 1 yard short of the first. And maybe because of that, I ended up getting taken out the game for that red zone drive. And they ended up scoring a touchdown, taking the lead. And now we got 2 minutes to try to score. Hopefully, offense could do it. And well, let's just say the performance that Dre and Woody had were for nothing because we ended up losing this game. Now look, I ain't gonna lie, after taking that one loss, after winning 4 in a row, we definitely didn't take it well as a team. And it's showing here against the Texas team that's 2-3 and not even ranked. And I mean, after we lost that game, everybody just started blaming each other for no reason. And I mean, players nitpicking each other for specific plays that they did wrong. Defensive players blaming offensive players for not being able to score when we needed it. Offensive players blaming defensive players for not being able to get the stop when we needed to stop. And to be honest, sitting in the locker room, all me and Dre did was just sit there and just listen to them and just watch them argue with each other. And as we just sat there and watched our team chemistry just go away slowly, we started slowly realizing that there's a big problem with this team. And that lack of chemistry that we had and that big problem came into this game against Texas. And we got blown out. This is not how it's supposed to go. We've been doing good throughout our first 4 games of the season. But after that TCU game, it was pretty obvious. This team needed a leader. And after losing to Texas the way we did, this time in the locker room after the game was a little bit different. The energy was different. And honestly, it didn't feel like anything the coach said was doing anything. We needed one of the players to say something. And after seeing how the locker room was, me and Drake looked at each other. I nodded at him, and he decided to step up. Now look, at first, when he decided to step up, people wouldn't really take him seriously. Maybe because he's a freshman, but from what I know, from being on the same team with him in high school, he's a great leader. And after he said what he said to us in the locker room, it seemed like we was all together again and ready for this game against Kansas, who's ranked 16. And after losing last game, we were knocked all the way out of the rankings. But when I tell you in this Kansas game, the way our defense is playing looks a lot different than that game against the Texas Longhorns. We locking up. 3rd and 9, they're trying to run a little screenplay, pick up some easy yards, but instead, end up getting sacked. And now it's a tie game. I'm taking this kickoff trying to get as many yards as I possibly can so offense can have a way better chance at scoring. Unfortunately, right now the offense isn't able to get anything going. And here I end up getting faked out on this speed option. Tried to hit the quarterback and I missed anyway, and they picked up the first because of it. But even though the offense wasn't really able to score, they were able to score this time, because this time we did not turn our backs on them. We kept on encouraging them because we know how good of an offense we got. Defense ended up getting a stop. We're up 13-6, and here I almost get to return this kick, and it looks amazing, but there was one player left that I had to try to make miss, but I wasn't able to. He made a great tackle. Still, offense is in good position to score. But man, I could just feel I'm gonna get a kick return or a punt return this season. I got to. And man, it just feels good to finally win another game, and mostly thanks to Dre for stepping up, especially as a freshman. And now, week 8, we're playing against a Texas Tech team that's 4-3, but their record does not show how good they really are, because they're pretty good. And especially after losing to the Longhorns, who aren't ranked, we definitely can't take this unranked team unseriously. It's a tie game, 3-3. Less than a minute left in the first quarter. On 2nd and 3, I had to come all the way across the field to make this tackle. He got the first down though. Then on 1st and 10, while I'm playing a flat, they tried to run the ball and I got back there and got the tackle for loss. Just making plays. 2nd and 10, and they ran a QB option, and this time I wasn't able to get there because the way this dude was blocking me, I just couldn't get past him. They ended up hurrying up, and on 2nd and 10, the receiver tried to catch the ball, but I was finna hit him, so he dropped it. Heard them footsteps. 2nd and 14, all we gotta do here is try to play bend, don't break. But instead, we end up breaking it, and this running back got a 21-yard rushing touchdown. And now, down 7 points with almost a minute and a half left in the second quarter, they got the ball on the outside of the field again in the red zone. This time, we can't break. We're getting a sack, forcing them to have to kick a field goal. And now, coming into the second half, we cannot allow anything that happened in the first half to hinder what we can do in the second half. And I'm starting off this half strong. I almost ended up breaking that off for a big game, but just barely got my shoelace tackled. And us defense, we coming out here locking up. 3rd and 10, they had to take a little check down, making a great tackle, forcing them to punt the ball. But then again, the cons of not being a starter, just keep on showing up. We're down 20-17, and this is my first time getting back on the field, and I'm just lucky that I'm a returner because I was able to put offense in a good position to score. And offense did just that. So they put us up 4 points, and we got 3 minutes left in this game to make sure we lock up and don't allow no touchdown. Then on 3rd and 2, they tried to run the ball up the middle, and we got back there and stuffed it, forcing the 4th and 1. Then, again, coach decided to sub me out, and they end up going down the field to score the game-winning touchdown. When I tell you nothing feels worse when it's a clutch moment and coach takes you out the game. Because at that point, you can't do nothing about it. And not only that, maybe coach is trying to tell me something with subbing me out when we needed to get a stop. Like maybe I'm not as good as I think I am, and he's seeing something different than what I'm seeing. Because personally, when I'm out here on the field, I feel like I'm always making plays. Like here, got something on a blitz, hit the quarterback, and made him throw the ball out of bounds. But maybe he's seeing tendencies about me that I'm not seeing myself, and that's probably the reason why I'm getting sat on the bench in clutch moments. But then I thought to myself, out of the 1 through 4 cornerback spots, there's 2 seniors, Woody Washington and DJ Graham. While Woody's the CB1 on the team, DJ Graham is behind me in the depth chart, but for some reason, I'm guessing because he's a senior, coach would rather have him in the game than me in clutch moments. So at the end of the day, I decided to go ahead and accept the fact that I just won't be able to be on the field for as much time as I want to be. Because I know that next year, the seniors will be gone, and it'll be me and Dre, 1 and 2, just like in high school. But here, playing against a 3 and 4 Baylor, we was able to win in a very close game, but still got our 6th win. Always gotta be happy about that. Now, I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of ridiculous. We're down 14-7 in the game against Iowa State, who is 2-7. And not only that, I ended up getting humiliated. I got trucked trying to hit stick the running back. When I tell you, that truck knocked the wind out of me. I ended up getting out the game until I finally got back in on the punt return, and I'm picking up a big game, putting the offense in great position to go ahead and score. Now I'm back on defense. We're up 7 points, 3rd and 4. I'm trying to bait up this quarterback. I baited him up, but I got there 1 second late, so I wasn't able to catch the pick, but I did make the tackle to force him to punt the ball. Now listen here, since I know that I'm not going to be able to make all the plays I want to as a DB, since I won't be on the field the whole time, I know that I'm going to be able to do whatever I want to do when I kick return or punt return. And that Jet Award, I'm going for it. Up 10 points with less than 2 minutes left in the game. On 2nd and 18, I tried to bet up this route, but I took too long to get down there. He threw it, and I just completely missed the tackle. Good thing my brother Dre was there to make the tackle for me. 3rd and 11, I'm supposed to be playing a deep zone. I played it completely wrong, and luckily this quarterback overthrew it because that rain, man, that could have been bad. Now, coach did indeed take me out the game for that, and I understand for sure. But they end up scoring the touchdown, and now onside kick, they end up recovering, so they got a chance to go ahead and tie the game or even win the game. But we came out here and played some great defense. Coach decided to keep me out here just to try to make a play. And on 4th and 10, they threw the ball up, Hail Mary, and Woody dropped the pick. But it's cool because we still win the game. And now we're playing against a ranked 8 Kansas State team. And in their first drive, they end up throwing the ball deep down the field on 3rd and 4, testing Dre, and he actually allowed a deep catch. Then, after they scored, Now they got the ball back 3rd and 7, and this time he threw that ball to the sideline and it got picked off by my boy Jacoby Johnson. Offense ended up getting 3, and we ended up getting another stop. So now we're down 4 points, and we got to make sure we score here. We got to make sure we win this game because we're only ranked 23. We got to stay in the rankings. Offense only got 3, but as long as they can keep on getting 3 or scoring at least, we know as a defense we'll definitely be able to get stops. It's the second half now. We're up 13-7 on 3rd and 4. I ain't gonna lie, I did not play my zone correctly, but still I was able to recover and force them to drop the ball and force them to punt it. You already know whenever I'm out there about to return the ball, I can always return it at any given moment. But they're lucky that that one dude was able to give me my shoelaces. But I still gave them good positioning and they was able to score. And now we're up 20-7 against rank 18, and this is definitely gonna bring us up in the rankings. And now we're in a very important rivalry game against Oklahoma State. And this is the last game of the regular season. So you know we got to go out with a bang. And then finally, I'm able to get my first kick return touchdown of the season. And it just so happened to be against our rivals, Oklahoma State. But guess what? I ain't done making plays here. I left them open just for a second, ran in front of them, picked that ball off, and picked up my 3rd pick of the season. And I mean, already, the first quarter's not even over with, and I'm already having my best game of the season. With the energy I'm bringing and the way I'm playing, it's definitely showing off how my teammates are playing. We locking up. We're up 17-3. They got 1:40 seconds to go ahead and try to score before halftime, but that boy DJ, he ain't going for none of that. He's catching a pick and ending their drive just like that. Second half now, still 17-3. I get sent on the blitz, and I come from all the way across the field to make this tackle. And I'm gonna be honest, if it's one thing you cannot deny, is how much work I done put in all season. Even me not being a starting cornerback, I still put in work like a starting cornerback. And now return this punt with all momentum on our side. If you remember, I had a kick return earlier in this game, and now it's time for a punt return. It only took me juking out one player and then using my speed to get going for my first punt return touchdown this season. And now up 24-10 on 2nd and 10. They got a little greedy, tried to get the touchdown, and I didn't get there in time to try to catch that pick. It looked like it went out of bounds anyway. But now, with 1:30 seconds left in this game, we're only up 7 points. But Woody, he ain't going for it. He caught this pick and made it 6 to make it a 2-score lead. And man, the way we came together as a team and just decided to whoop on Oklahoma State, it just feel good. Especially with this being a rivalry game and me and Dre's first time playing them, being able to beat them like this, we know how the rest of our career is going to go in the NCAA playing against them. But man, what really hit hard is the fact I got my first player of the game. And man, just look at the stats. Crazy. And along with that, with the season ending, like I said, I was going for that Jet Award. And I got it. But now we're in a bowl game, playing against USC in the Valero Alamo Bowl. And to be completely honest, I did not expect for Caleb Williams to be playing in this game, but he is, and he threw a dot to make this a 10-point lead if they make the field goal. Now coming into the second half, we're down 10 points. This is not us, this is not how we play. I'm coming out here trying to set the tone for the rest of the game, hitting that running back in the backfield for a tackle for loss, forcing them to punt the ball. And that hit definitely set the tone. We're back at her on defense after getting a field goal. We had a DB blitzing and he ended up picking up a sack. And with that stop, we ended up scoring. It's 10-10, and they had to punt the ball right back to us because our defense just locked up. And now, on the punt return, I'm fighting with all I got to try to get as many yards as I can. Now the offense is in great position to score and take the lead. Offense scored. USC drove all the way down the field. We got about 30 seconds left, and here, I didn't play true to my zone. I played too far up, and they ended up getting a catch, getting a couple yards. But the bad thing is, not only did I do it one time, I did it again. I allowed that first down. We ended up making the tackle though. Now 2nd and goal, you could say I ended up getting cooked, but instead he threw it down to the flats, and I got down there and got a big hit on him. Now I don't know what Caleb was thinking here. The time just running down on 3rd and goal, and he did not hike the ball at all. They had a timeout and everything. I guess they just wanted to lose or something, but hey man, we'll take it. And now, because of what Caleb Williams just did in his last college game ever, we win the Valero Alamo Bowl. And while it's not a national championship, this is me and Dre's first season here, and us being able to win a bowl game like this already, we feeling real good about next year, especially since I'll be the cornerback 2, he'll be the cornerback 1, just like high school. We'll be able to lock up teams just as we used to do. Though obviously, we still got a lot of stuff to work on as a team, as 2 of our 5 cornerbacks were seniors. And you can't forget about the rest of the seniors on the squad and even the players who might end up transferring out. But then there's people who might transfer in. We just gotta hope that we get some good transfers. But man, it was a crazy season. Woody got 3 picks on his last season. I got 3 picks. My brother Dre got 2. A couple other people also got 1. And crazy enough, me not even being a starting cornerback, I ended up making an all Big 12 second team as a corner, and Woody Washington was there. And to be honest, I kind of understand why Dre wasn't there, because he really didn't get the opportunity to get tested because he was just locking up so much. But what really got me is the fact that he didn't even make the all freshman team. Now that's crazy. But just know, this coming year in our sophomore season, we both finna go crazy.